Hello everyone, Man of Interest here, and I hope you all had a wonderful Lunar New Year's and Valentine's Day. I spent my Sunday with the company of my keyboards and the weekend enjoying delicious foods. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful start to this week. But it's now time for This Week in Keyboards, and we're at a week after a main big week of launches of the month, but that doesn't mean the news stops there, because we have more news today. First up, we have our spotlight topics, and this week we're going to be starting off with the Onyx FRL TKL by Thunder Burker. The Onyx, it has its FRL, but it also features a macro column. The layout of this board is pretty interesting, and you know what? I don't mind it. In fact, I kinda dig it. The board features a gasket-mounted plate, a seamless internally screwed case design, a 7-degree typing angle, and a USB-C dot board attached to a VIA-compatible PCB, and will feature both WinKey and WinKeyless support. The group buy will be offered through 6 different vendors worldwide, with Canon Keys being our vendor here in the US. The ballpark pricing for each board will be around $520, which does seem like quite a bit, but it's definitely a unique board that I think a lot of people will like that layout for. I don't have any FRL TKLs for myself yet, but the idea interests me, and I do plan on hopping on the FRL TKL train to try it out at some points. Each purchase will include an aluminum or brass plate, brass weight, the case of course, PCB, daughter board, and a carrying case with a cloth. And hey, if you're paying over $500 for a board, come on, these days you kind of expect some kind of TX case or carrying case style bag or something, right? The plate options are the exciting part for me because we got full plate and we got half plate, baby. But half plate's only in aluminum, while full plate is in aluminum, polycarb, or brass. In terms of case colors, you got the regular colors, silver top with red bottom, black and green. Premium colors, you got E-white with a blasted brass plate, which, yeah, it's a pretty attractive board. Probably not in my budget anytime soon, unfortunately. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll make some things work. Next, we have the Harbour, a 65% gasket board by BoW. This board features a 6-degree typing angle and will be available in either black, silver, or E-white as the colors. Nice and simple. Plate options, they exist as aluminum and polycarbonate in either half or full plate variants. The plate will be gasket mounted and the PCB will be the H65 designed by Bush, so you know it's going to be a good PCB. There will be a polished stainless steel weight, which I think will look great, and the board will feature support for both WinKey and WinKeyless layouts, which will change or not depending on if you want that left blocker. It's a pretty clean board, cool geometry, 100 units available when they run, which I think is fine. I think it's going to do pretty well overall, and I'm excited to see how it turns out and how it's going to be priced. Hopefully not too bad, and I think if it's not priced too bad, those 100 units going to go quickly. Our next spotlight topic is the Compound 60% by SaboMov. It interests me greatly because it's a pretty novel idea, as it's essentially what SaboMov calls a backside mount. The main feature about this board is to achieve, quote, perfect sound and zero flex. While perfect sound is extremely subjective, having essentially zero flex is quite possible, and even more so with the 4mm palm plate that will be on this board. So essentially, the plate and PCB fit as a tray that you can slide through the back of the board. So if you ever need to work on the board, you just need to unscrew the back of the case, slide out the plate and PCB. I think that's kind of nifty. The case itself looks pretty fine. The centerpiece of the case and the back wall will be made of aluminum, while the top and bottom surrounding it will be made of polycarbonate. Unique looking case, unique looking idea. I don't know if it'll be good or even great, but I do appreciate that it's a bit different. Our last spotlight topic is the Mountain Alice by Yo Board. This is pretty nifty. Have you ever wanted a full-size Alice layout? Mountain Alice. Have you ever wanted a full-size Southpaw Alice layout? Mountain Alice. With a 5.5-degree typing angle and 18mm front height, this gasket plus top-mounted full-size Alice is quite the beast. The final design isn't completely done, nor is the PCB, but we'll just have to hold judgment on how the final look will end up being. Conceptually, I like this idea, but financially, I'm confident something this big is going to cost a pretty penny. Okay, now, the big question. Do y'all really think you're getting a topic of the week this week? Come on, just be honest with me. Just be honest with me. Really? No? Yeah. I thought so. But what we do have is the rapid fire. Starting off the rapid fire, we have the Keeblast TKL. Funny enough, the first comment on Geek is a TKL SAT75, and which is something that I was going to write, and then I saw it written already. The plate cuts are interesting. The KC 65% is a gasket mounted 65%, with the only main talking point being the bottom side of the keyboard. All I know is that's going to be expensive. The Mirror 60 is a mirror polished stainless steel base stacked acrylic gasket mounted 60%. That was a mouthful. This board seems to be a way to innovate on acrylic sandwiches. I didn't know acrylic sandwiches needed innovation, but here it is. The Kono Dioda is a board from China. Oh man, I can't believe I got that right. Round 1 and round 2 have already ran, so it looks like they're preparing for an international run. And you know what? It just looks like a clone of a Matrix board. That's what it looks like to me. It's just a Matrix. It looks like a clone of a Matrix board. The BTY80 is a through-hole orthogonal TKL with thumb cluster. Certainly an interesting board and possibly an upgrade if you've been rocking the Prionic, but you want more keys. GMK Superstar has the potential to be an extremely cute set. The set reminds me of the age-old question, do you grind at Torrent Zone 3 or Slurpy Force depths? BLE Chiffre is a chalkboard with OLED support, a battery, and Bluetooth. Interestingly, it runs on ZMK firmware and not QMK. I don't know what that means, aside from the fact that I won't ever be able to program it. ePBT black on white Cyrillic is simple, clean, and you just can't go wrong with it, I guess. The option for the Russian modifiers is great, and honestly, I'd love to rock this. All Cyrillic alphas with the Cyrillic modifiers. Do I know any Russian or Cyrillic languages? No, but that's okay. I'm going to stick with the rule of cool on this. The Hello M0110 is alive again, surprisingly. For those of you who may remember, it ran on drop. Yeah, that wasn't so hunky-dory, was it? Well, here's hoping it goes better for round 2. It's a 60% inspired by the original M0110 by Apple. GMK Panels looked at GMK Honderby and said, I want to do that. But as you can see, it looks more like the old Gymboree logo. Overall, the set looks pretty low tier. Ugh. Next up, we have GMK Kybersio. The set looks like it was designed by Mito, but surprisingly, it wasn't, unless this person is Mito's alts. Overall, the set looks meh, the theme is meh, the implementation of the theme also kind of meh. The Ilex is a split ergo with exposed bits, support for knobs, OLEDs, and other fun stuff. Not my cup of tea, as I have always said before, for things like this, but I think it's great to see that community has been really into projects like this, and that little community of split, weird, small boards, not only are they growing, but they're thriving. Good on them. GMK Iceberg is currently running right now, and it's a fine set. The Inuit kit is the most unique part of the set, and more sub-legend options available as molds means the better we have it as end users. JTK Illusion is a light blue set, and it's pretty cool looking. While I have nothing against it, aside from the fact I think it'd be better in GMK, I don't have much positive to say about it either, so it's GMK 95 Neon is basically GMK Toxic Dolch, but it's not quite there. It's not quite there because it's absolutely ruined by that modifier gradient that they have going on. Just convert this set to GMK Toxic Dolch and it'll be fine. Okay, well, it might not be fine, but it'll be the second worst Dolch set. That's it for this week in keyboards. Thank you everyone so much for watching. And I'm sorry there hasn't been much content coming out. I've been pretty busy with work and Lunar New Year stuff with my family and everything. But that's all past, hopefully, and I can get back to making more content. More content coming soon, including the Conundrum. It's going to be a bit late, yes, but I think it's an interesting board worth having a discussion about. And the new Deskey Domes. I know that's been on your minds for quite a while, so review soon. If you're in the Midwest and Texas, I hope you're staying safe and warm. More content coming soon, and don't forget, keep on keyboarding. Pew, pew.